I started my drive in Spain, and because my car is quite old, I had a lot of time to observe the landscapes I was crossing. From the Mediterranean with its beaches, I crossed into the Pyrenees and saw their snowy peaks, and then down into the Provence and via Switzerland and Germany into Austria. Every landscape with their own climate, topology, properties, population, and risks to cope with. I started to think about the concepts of natural hazards, risks, disasters, and vulnerability. Terms that are easily mixed up, but explain exactly why it is important to understand how nature around us works. So when I reached the Danube River in Austria, I wanted to have a closer look into these terms again. Time for a break. While we are waiting for the water to boil, I want, as promised, talk about natural hazards and risks. In the last video, we learned what geomorphology is and that our landscapes are constantly moving. So these movements are called natural processes. A natural process can be a lot, so it can be a plant growing, a storm forming, but also the movement of tectonic plates, for example. These natural processes can be slow and gradual, like the erosion of stones by wind and water, but they can also happen like really suddenly, like volcanic eruptions or earthquakes. And then they have a really big impact on the livelihood of people and their environment in general, and that is why we're interested in it. So if a natural process does have the potential to harm people or the environment, then we talk about a natural hazard. And examples for natural hazards are earthquakes, volcano eruptions, but also extreme rainfall events where we have flooding afterwards, or storms and hurricanes. But what's then the difference between a natural hazard and a natural risk? They're not the same. So the natural hazard refers to the process, and the natural risk refers to the likelihood that a natural hazard will occur in a certain area and harm this area. So what is then the natural disaster that we so often talk about? What's the difference to a natural hazard? The natural hazard is the potential event, while the natural disaster is what's actually happening and causing the loss of life and the damage of property. So while we can prepare for a natural hazard, most of the time a natural disaster comes out of nowhere, and the key term to prepare for a natural disaster or to cope with the existence of a natural hazard is to assess your vulnerability. So this is where you look at the terrain, where you look how densely the area is populated, but also how many resources are there to respond to an event like this. So a densely populated area which has no resources to respond to the occurrence of a natural hazard might be more vulnerable than another area. So now you know about natural processes and natural hazards, the difference to natural risks, and also the vulnerability of an area. So this shows like how important it is to observe your surroundings and to be aware of what is happening in wherever you are actually. So with these terms, you're all set for the next adventures on this channel, and I hope to see you soon there.